A heartbreaking and deeply troubling incident has unfolded in the heart of Washington, D.C., leaving a nation on edge. 2 National Guard members were shot in a brazen attack near the White House, and now, the father of one of the victims has shared devastating news. His daughter, Sarah Beckstrom, has suffered a mortal wound and is unlikely to survive. But here's where it gets even more complex. The suspect, Rahmanullah Lakanwal, is an Afghan national who once worked with the U.S. military in Afghanistan and entered the U.S. under a Biden-era asylum program. Is this a failure of the immigration system, or is there more to the story? The attack and its aftermath. On Wednesday, Sarah Beckstrom, 20, and Andrew Wolfe, 24, were targeted in what President Donald Trump described as a monstrous, ambush-style attack just steps from the White House. Both soldiers remain in critical condition, with Beckstrom's father telling the New York Times that her injuries are unsurvivable. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro has charged Lakanwal with assault with intent to kill and firearm possession, but if either victim dies, the charges could escalate to first-degree murder. Attorney General Pam Bondi has already vowed to pursue the death penalty if the worst happens. The suspect's background, a controversial twist. Lakanwal's history adds layers to this tragedy. He worked alongside the U.S. military in Afghanistan and came to the U.S. in 2021 seeking asylum. Does this case expose vulnerabilities in the vetting process, or is it an isolated incident? Trump has seized on the attack to criticize the Biden administration's immigration policies, calling the millions of immigrants who entered during that time unknown and unvetted. He's now ordered a sweeping review of Afghan immigrants, promising to remove anyone deemed unfit to stay. Is this a justified response, or an overreach fueled by tragedy? The broader impact: immigration in the spotlight. In a swift reaction, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, announced an indefinite pause on processing Afghan immigration requests, citing the need to review security protocols. This move will affect countless Afghans seeking asylum, green cards, and other immigration benefits. But is it fair to penalize an entire group for the actions of one individual? And this is the part most people miss. Lakanwal's past collaboration with the U.S. military raises questions about the complexities of wartime alliances and their long-term consequences. Trump's rhetoric, a call to action or divisive politics? Trump labeled the attack a crime against humanity and framed it as evidence of the nation's greatest security threat, immigrants entering under Biden's watch. Is this a legitimate national security concern, or a politically charged narrative? His administration's response has sparked fierce debate, with critics arguing it risks stigmatizing Afghan immigrants who fled violence and instability. Are we addressing a real issue, or fueling fear and division? What's next? Questions that demand answers. As the nation grapples with this tragedy, critical questions remain unanswered. Will Beckstrom and Wolfe survive? What motivated Lakanwal's actions? And how will this incident shape immigration policy moving forward? Is it fair to blame an entire group for the actions of one individual, or should we focus on strengthening vetting processes without targeting specific communities? Your turn, what do you think? This story touches on immigration, national security, and the complexities of wartime alliances. Do you believe Trump's response is justified, or does it go too far? Should the U.S. re-examine its immigration policies, or is this an isolated case? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's have a respectful, thought-provoking discussion.